Hey there, Internet. Welcome back to the ClassyCast. My name is James, and I'm joined by Mike and Ty today. We're trying something a little different. We're doing a podcast. Woo! Doing a podcast talking about what games we've been playing lately.
And how each other's games are trash.
Yes, because everything everybody plays is shit. And I'm playing Skyrim here for you today. Hey, it's the stupid dog. No, go away. I'm playing Skyrim today because I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online.
Which is terrible.
And these two think that game is complete trash.
The game is terrible.
We're also streaming the game over Steam to Mike and Ty, so they're seeing everything I'm seeing like 20 seconds later.
All right, so you've been playing ESO, and why do you feel it's not absolute trash?
Because I don't play it like an MMO. I play it much like I do this. I just kind of go from place to place and fuck around.
This MMO isn't complete trash because I don't play it like an MMO.
Well, like, I feel like a lot of people's problems with it were like, I don't know.
A lot of people's problems were the fact that it's a shitty MMO.
Well, you're right, it's a shitty MMO.
Whether or not it's a shitty Elder Scrolls game is completely besides the point, because it's supposed to be Elder Scrolls Online. It should be a good MMO before it's a good Elder Scrolls game. That's the main issue with it.
You're not wrong, and it's not a great MMO, and it's not a great it's not a great MMO, it's not a great Elder Scrolls game, but I don't know, maybe I'm just a sadist and I enjoy hurting myself.
You mean masochist?
Masochist, whatever.
Sadists enjoy hurting other people.
You enjoy the punishment.
I've been playing Bloodborne.
You've been playing more Bloodborne. So, new DLC came out, right?
I still haven't gotten it.
Hey, guess what? My health is low.
I sacrificed buying the Bloodborne DLC so I could buy a Ruby poster.
Wow, talk about
Ty's also been
priorities.
watching. He's like really up to date on Ruby.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it because it's spoilers, even though it's actually starting to be fucking good.
Don't you dare spoil that shit for me.
It's finally getting to the point where it's good now.
Don't you dare spoil that shit for me. Mike, what have you been playing?
Oh man, I've been playing so much stuff, but mostly I've been getting back into Final Fantasy 13 because that game is amazing, and I'm playing Phantasy Star Zero because it's also amazing.
I think Final Fantasy 13 is shit.
Of course you do.
I think it's mediocre.
I would agree with the mediocre. It's still a good game though.
You know what? And I say the same about ESO, so there. We can agree to disagree.
ESO's just bad.
Your waifu is trash.
My waifu is trash, but my wife is amazing.
I mean, she's a good cook.
Wait, you have two?
Waifus aren't real, Mike.
So what?
I know that's hard for you to understand.
But
Did you see that
has
happen?
to be real.
Holy crap! That was amazing!
No, I can't see anything happen because I'm just watching the artifacting going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sorry.
And then I just watched
Squares.
some boulders fall on a bandit. Okay, then.
No, they didn't fall on the bandit. The bandit ran off the ledge, caused the boulders to fall on him.
Beautiful.
It was brilliant.
Beautiful.
I have to go kill this guy.
So
Final Fantasy 13, huh? Why do you enjoy hurting yourself like that?
Hurting myself. It's just a good story. It's a good linear story.
Linear story.
Yes, it's a good linear story. And I enjoy the combat.
It is a good linear game.
You enjoy the combat.
It is a great linear game. It is a terrible open world game.
And that's a lot of people's issue with it. Is Final Fantasy has been an open world game since it started.
But it hasn't.
Oh?
It hasn't. 10's very linear. 7 is actually pretty linear too.
You're
Okay.
You're talking about a difference of 3 numbers there in a series that spans more than 15 games.
10 is excluded because 10 was the last Final Fantasy in my opinion. Because I absolutely hate everything past 10. I only enjoyed 10 because it had a somewhat decent story and a fun way to do combat, which was the standard turn-based system, but instead of, where you were just guessing based off speed, it actually had a turn order on the side, which was fucking cool. It was awesome. And I loved it because you could see how other things affected the turn order. But 13 is just, it's very linear. It's not a bad game, it's just extremely linear. You can level up for a free hail.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, basically 13's like an amazing story, but I hated it how everyone hated it just because it was linear. And honestly, I don't have a problem with that. And I think if it wasn't called Final Fantasy, people would have loved it.
A lot of people are
probably.
complaining
You're not wrong.
that the Bloodborne DLC is too linear, and I kind of agree with what some of my favorite streamers are saying, which is just because it's linear doesn't mean it's not good.
I agree.
I feel that people who want Final Fantasy to be an open world game need to go check out some of Square Enix's other endeavors, such as Bravely Default.
I've heard good things about that. Mainly from you.
Bravely Default is a fucking excellent game.
I still haven't played it.
It took Final Fantasy V's plotline and just went, fuck it. Like, because it's like, hey, there's crystals that control the main elements of the world. People are corrupting them. You should go fix it. And you're like, all right, fine, let's do it. And you unlock jobs as you go along. And it's basically just Final Fantasy V, except with a more complex job system. It's all it needed to be. It's a fucking turn-based game on a 3DS. That is it.
The problem is getting those games can be rather difficult, at least around here, because they don't hold very many of them. Like, they only have like 20 DS games in each store around here. It's terrible.
Yeah, if they don't plan on them selling very much, they don't stock many copies.
I had no issue with getting a copy of Bravely Default up here.
They've been sold out for a while, but then again, I haven't had money for a while either, so I guess I'm kind of stuck on that end.
Like I said, but I also have like 3 different game stores that are around me that are within walking distance that aren't all the same.
What was the default sprint key? Because shift isn't working.
Isn't it like X?
I sin and play this game with a controller, so
I play with a controller too. I play Fallout 4 with a controller as well.
Oh, you're those assholes.
Yeah, I just know it's right bumper.
I play Fallout 4 on a controller when I play it on my Xbox, but otherwise I play it with a mouse and keyboard, even though it, like, Fallout 4 is just not...
What is the run key?
The PC controls are not that great.
Alt? Yes, because I had to play... Because my controller just broke the other day, because my roommate's ferret chewed on the cord and everything. But basically, I had to play with the keyboard, and I was trying to remember, because I did sprint when I was playing it. So yes.
It was alt. You were correct. I just sprinted and used up all my stamina.
Yep. Cool. Wow, that's a lot of sprinting.
So
yeah,
the Bloodborne DLC is actually fascinating because it played off of a plot element that they touched on in the base game but didn't actually do anything with, which was the idea that a hunter, player character, and NPCs that aren't corrupted in Bloodborne, could go insane and be trapped in a nightmare of his own creation. Okay. So basically, you get to go to a nightmare that a lot of other hunters are having because they're so wrapped up in bloodlust and everything. And it's fucking cool because the first fight is like the most fan servicey fight to the Souls franchise in the history of fucking ever.
Why is that?
Moonlight Greatsword.
I don't know what that is.
The Moonlight Greatsword was a game that was a weapon in the FromSoft game. I believe it was Armored Core 2. One of my friends will probably correct me on that because I'm probably fucking wrong about it. But it was a sword called Moonlight. It had the best stats for a sword in that game. It was the fastest, it hit the hardest, and everything. So, as such, they started to bring it over to their other franchises. So it got brought to Demon's Souls first, and it was fucking cool. And then it was in Dark Souls, and then there were 2 versions of it in Dark Souls 2. There was the fake version that Ben Hart from Yugo had, and there was the real version that you could make after killing Freya in New Game Plus.
Right.
So, but Bloodborne did not have a Moonlight Greatsword.
And now it does.
And the cool part is the boss is the one who wields it.
Oh, okay. So you get it from the boss.
But this is the beautiful thing is one of the best weapons in the base game was called Ludwig's Holy Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept talking about Ludwig and how he was like the first hunter for the church and everything, and like he was the best. The first boss is this amalgamation of flesh that resembles a horse and a fucking manticore combined. It's kind of disturbing because it's Bloodborne. The bosses aren't nice and fluffy.
Right. This guy's shooting the shit out of me.
And he's called Ludwig the Accursed One. And you're just like, okay then, that's interesting. And when he gets to 50% health, he pulls a sword off of his back. And, like, it is the Moonlight Greatsword, and it's got this awesome cutscene associated with it. And the music just swells and crescendos, and it's beautiful.
So they took a weapon from a sci-fi game and put it in a medieval game.
They did that in Demon's Souls, yeah.
Sort of.
It was a magic sword.
TLDR.
They took a weapon that's been in every FromSoft game since the beginning of Armored Core 2, and put it in Bloodborne, and it was just fan servicey as shit. We all recognized it as being fan servicey as shit, but we still loved it anyways.
So, interesting fact here. I played the shit out of Armored Core 2.
You did?
Yeah.
One of my friends, Captain Clefairy, actually S-ranked all the Armored Core games.
I don't know, like, you know, I was too young to give a shit, but, you know,
I think he did that when he was like 12. It was dumb.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I tried to play one of the more recent ones when I had a Vita that had the PSP Armored Core on it.
Yeah.
And I tried to play it, and oh my god.
Dude, that game is fast.
That game it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hard. I should have gathered, being that it's
what Armored Core was on the 360?
I believe it was 4.
4? I think I played that one for a little while until my disc broke.
Yeah,
I haven't played much of the series. So.
Talking about FromSoft, though.
Bad friends.
Dark Souls 3 is the last Souls game.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised by that, in this culture that we have of
yearly releases.
Yearly releases, everything needs a sequel. And to be fair, it is the third game, but and even then they've kind of gone back and said, okay, maybe it's not the last one.
It's the last game in the Souls world.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. That doesn't speak for doing things like Souls-like in other universes. Like Bloodborne. Well, I mean, Bloodborne is like a hybrid of Armored Core and Souls at this point.
Well, yeah. Well, they could do a lot more of that type of stuff, too. I would be perfectly okay with that. And bring it to PC, please. Thank you.
I'm, being a fan of Lords of the Fallen, I also feel that more developers should try to make games like that.
I feel like more developers should focus on what difficulty means.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, I understand that AAA developers aren't going to take a risk on it. They're not. Like that's the rub of it. You need
difficult games don't sell copies.
You need a lot of money to keep making games, and you want to return a profit so you can keep paying.
Especially
people.
Big AAA games cost a lot of money.
Yeah, so AAA games aren't going to take a risk. That's why they follow the formula, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're okay games. I personally don't care for them that much, but I understand and appreciate them.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to what difficulty means and think that it just means throwing more enemies or adjusting health and damage values, when it's not. A good challenge should make you feel good about dying.
A good challenge should make you, when you die, you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, you need to be able to learn something every time you die. If it's bullshit and you keep dying in the same way and, like you're not learning anything.
It comes to a lot of like good design on level and mechanical as well.
Yeah.
A good challenge will take good mechanics, and when you fail, it's your fault. That's a good challenge. When you fail over and over again and you're thinking to yourself, like, I couldn't do this. And obviously you're not somebody who lies to yourself, which everyone lies to themselves occasionally. We've all had those bullshit, aka lag things. But anyways, basically, the good challenge is when the mechanics actually make you think and make you have to work at your skill.
Yes.
Which no games do that anymore.
Like whenever you die, you shouldn't be thinking, oh, that's bullshit, the game cheated me out of it. It should be, oh, damn, I fucked up.
And I feel like that holds true for most of the Souls games and everything. The only really one that stands out an exception to it for me is Dark Souls 2. But that's because
I enjoyed Dark Souls 2, so
that's only because they felt like they should give every fucking boss a grab attack and then remove the ability to mash out of grabs. Which to me was just like the worst fucking thing.
Well, I particularly enjoyed Dark Souls 2.
It's also the first Souls game. To
be fair, it was the first Souls game I played, and then I played Lords of the Fallen. I originally bought the first game on Ty's request, actually, but my old computer couldn't run it. Like it like DS fix everything, nothing would get that game running.
Yep.
So
maybe we should play through that one of these days.
Yeah, the first game. I've got it running now, and it works, and I'm absolutely terrible at it.
Hey, man.
Of course you are.
But, everyone is terrible at that game when they first start out with. I'm only good at that game because I've dumped like 200 some odd hours into the first game, 200 some odd hours into the second game, 200 some odd hours into Skull of the First Sin, and then another 200 hours in Bloodborne.
And then we beat Lords of the Fallen.
That game was easy.
It is an easy game. Like, it is a very easy game.
Like, granted, I did accidentally pick the most OP build ever, but you know, that's kind of what happens when you give someone like me tools and you just go, here, use them. I'm like, okay, I'll just abuse these.
Yeah.
Oh, you give me a hammer and you have a nail. Obviously, I'm going to not use my fist.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then there are games like 7 Days to Die now, which it just updated, and I fucking love it now.
Yes, the new Alpha 13 update. I promise we'll have some videos in that soon.
But like,
eventually,
maybe when the hotfix comes out and it's actually optimized a bit better.
Yeah, Horde comes in and your
Horde
frame rate drops from 60 to 5.
More like 60 to 0.6.
For you. For you. Yeah, not everybody has amazing computers.
Oh, well, struck your own dick there a little bit.
Yeah, my E-peen is so much bigger than yours, Ty. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just the 50th.
I was just. Oh wait, electrical
the
penises.
52nd person to beat Dark Souls 2 on PC and BD.
I don't think anyone cares.
Well, I don't know. That's a pretty good accomplishment. Not gonna lie.
I was only behind most of the streamers who actually like speedrun Dark Souls. And that was the main thing, is I was behind them because I had school. I couldn't afford to just play the game full time.
Yeah, you had school and you weren't part of the gaming press, so you didn't have a pre-release copy. So
actually, most of the speedrunners don't get pre-release copies.
Well, I know they don't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, it's not your job to sit there and play the games as much as you would like.
Oh, dude, I would love for that to be my job.
Sit there and
but
speedrun
right
games.
now, I'm unemployed.
Right now, we're trying to look at more realistic options. You know, like getting a real job.
Like,
slacker.
Like working at a fast food restaurant.
I've never worked fast food. I can proudly say that. I've never worked fast food.
Well, that's convenient for you.
I have worked retail. In fact, my first job was at fucking Sears.
I feel like everyone needs to work retail at one point in their lives.
Everybody needs to do it just to gain a bit of appreciation for how horrible humanity is.
I think we can all get that from the news.
But yeah. No, my feelings on ESO are that it's an okay game. I just feel like it's not an MMO. Even though it obviously is.
Oh, so we're back to ESO now.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
It's trying too hard to be both an Elder Scrolls game and a competent MMO, and it's kind of meh on both accounts.
See, and that's actually what I loved about SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, is that it didn't try that hard to be an MMO. It tried really hard to be a Knights of the Old Republic game, and it does deliver on that pretty well. Like, it is a good story. It's a good story-based game. I fucking love it. I love the fact that every class and every race has this different storyline, or even if the races don't have different storylines, they have different options and the characters react to them differently. Well,
that kind of reminds me of how BioWare handled Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
And
it's really cool.
Different options. And even to some extent, the first Mass Effect game... oh, shit. I didn't even see that saber cat there. The first Mass Effect game, depending on what background you chose, you got different quests later on.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
And, like, I love the fact that BioWare focuses on that, but it's like... I feel that for an MMO, they didn't focus enough on what was actually, like, in the background of it.
Yeah.
Because with an MMO, you need to focus on a lot more than just storyline. It's not what drives an MMO. What drives an MMO is the end game, more or less. Like, that's what will drive a lot of people to play. That's why WoW is so successful.
Because there was stuff to do after you beat the game.
Yeah, Blizzard polished their end game to a goddamn sheen. And that's what they do. And then they didn't really give that much shit about the questing, but now in Warlords of Draenor, when I played it, which granted this was back when, like, I think Blackrock Foundry had just come out, the second raid, the questing was really fun. And the endgame was really cool. My issue with WoW's endgame was I wish I could actually have friends who played it with me and not have to rely on randoms.
Well, I like the fact that I have a choice of what games I want to play. I don't feel like I want to jump into a game that I feel like I have to play.
But that's the thing, is like, WoW fell in that spot when I did have friends who raided with me all the time. WoW fell into that spot where I both realized that I had a weekly commitment, but I wanted to do it. I realized that every week at Tuesday after school, I have to hop on and raid. And I realized that, and therefore I just didn't make plans on Tuesday. But I still fucking loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with MMOs that I played. So, like, Phantasy Star Universe was one that I played for a long time. And every day I'd play it. And it was like, I paid a monthly sub, but I didn't even think about it. It was just like one of those things like, oh yeah, I got to give my mom $10 this month. But I got to play with a bunch of friends. It was like, oh yeah, we're going to do these special missions after today and stuff like that. And it was something that I wanted to do, even though I felt obligated to do it.
I've never played games that I felt obligated to play. Like, that takes away the experience for me. Like, once a game feels like work, I don't want to play it anymore.
But you also don't play that many MMOs.
I don't play MMOs. You are correct. I'm not an MMO guy. You will never really catch me playing an MMO.
I'm going to get you to play Skyforge.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Who are you?
Well, the thing about MMOs is, like, that work aspect, everything is technically work. I mean, you're playing Skyrim, which you literally walk up to enemies and right click or left click,
and
whatever.
Mash left click.
Yes. Was that guy friendly, or did you just walk up and beat him up?
Yeah. He's friendly. I'm just,
just an asshole.
And somebody apparently witnessed it, so I got a bounty.
He witnessed it.
He witnessed. He is the witness. Kill him.
There we go.
But the thing about that is, like,
taking all your things.
That work is like progress, and it's fun to play. At least for most games. I personally got bored of like games like WoW and stuff like that, so I could never play those. But like for Phantasy Star Universe, for me personally, that's an action game. And so it was like, yeah, I'm playing an action game, and it was like a classical RPG action game, and that was fun. And so while the gameplay was fun, I was also socializing and all these other things, so it doesn't feel like work. And that's pretty much what all games are.
That's what they're supposed to be.
Yes.
And yeah, like I find it very difficult for myself to actually finish games nowadays. Like I picked up Fallout 4 and I picked up Rise of the Tomb Raider, and
I'm jealous.
I just can't bring myself to play them. Like, they're both really fun games, and I want to beat them, but every time I sit down to play, I would rather load up Kerbal Space Program.
You motherfucker. I hate that game.
But I've fallen into such a, I don't know, just kind of a rut with gaming. Like, these big open world games, like, I feel like they take too much time. Like, Halo 5 came out, and I felt like it was the perfect length. And it was over, and it was done, and I enjoyed it, and that was that. And like, I have no more commitments to it or anything. Who sees me? I want to steal this shit. Whatever, I'm going to steal it anyway.
Like, for me, I don't think it's really, like, I'm in a bit of a gaming rut too. I played Bloodborne. I finished the game except for beating the last boss.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't feel... I haven't had a game that just opened me up. And it's mainly because I just haven't played that many games recently either. I've been writing a bunch.
Yeah.
And
I've been doing other things.
Playing League of Legends.
Which is totally a game that ends eventually.
I was about to say, if you want a game that feels like work, that one
but
is
like,
right up there.
That game just feels like hell sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, is I found myself, for a game now, I found that I want games that completely acknowledge the fact that they're games and just go, fuck it, balls to the walls, awesomeness. You're basically going to play through a cutscene with QTEs. So, Ashura's Wrath, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, or, as we were talking about FromSoft games, Ninja Blade.
I've never played it.
That's a FromSoft game. Take Ninja Gaiden, take Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, mash them together, and that's what Ninja Blade practically is.
Gotcha.
It's just... it's like the hardest balls-to-the-walls action game you will ever play because it's a FromSoft game and it's hilarious.
So apparently my computer thought I was just talking to Cortana there, so that's fun.
Cortana's like, hi, talk to me, please. No one uses me.
Senpai.
No, this was senpai.
Nobody uses me anymore, senpai.
Someone needs to use me eventually.
Fucking lewd. Anyways.
I can search Bing for you.
I mean, John kind of, she and John split up, and so now she's
thirsty
she wants
whore.
to be she wants to be wanted again.
She's in her needy phase.
Yeah.
She's Google searching how to buy cake. Not using Bing because Bing sucks. It would find her cupcakes, but she wants cake.
Find
hot Spartans in your area.
No, Bing would find her porn.
Bing and some cake, and it's like, delicious food porn.
We all hate on Bing, but every time I see someone hate on Bing, almost immediately the next person who's talking to them brings up the fact that it's really good at searching for porn.
I wouldn't know, but that's good for those guys if they can find their whatever.
That and the fact
more power to them.
That and the fact that Bing offers Amazon gift cards for using it.
Do they?
Yes.
They do. So these guys get paid for looking at porn.
That's kind of funny. I should start doing that. But no, it's 25%. Like I'm like 25% towards an Amazon gift card, and it's so exciting. Now, do keep in mind I have a phone which also uses Bing by default, so I accidentally hit that search button all the time in my pocket.
I've done the exact opposite. I installed a Chrome plugin that makes Cortana use Chrome.
You can actually just ask her to use Chrome, or not
really?
Chrome, but Google or whatever.
Or sorry, she uses Google by default.
I'm apparently weird because I have Windows 10 and I just don't use Cortana. I see it down there, I'm like, I could use that, and I'm like, nah, fuck it.
I very rarely use it.
Like, it's like, you can use it to help you search the web. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I have Chrome open all the time anyways.
Yeah,
the only time I use it is like whenever I go put a pizza in the oven and I'm like, hey, I need a timer for like 20 minutes.
See, I used it once.
And I'm too lazy to hold the home button.
When Windows 10 first released, I used it once and I was like, google.com, and it pulled up google.com in Google Chrome. And I was okay with that. And that was it.
Yeah.
That's my experience.
The only reason I use it the same way that I use the search bar in my in my old taskbar, basically.
Oh, I do use it for that too.
I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I put this. Type it in. Oh, there it is.
Well, I consider that just a search box. I don't really consider that using Cortana because that's what it is.
But it's in the Cortana bar.
Well, Cortana is in the search bar.
Yeah. Cortana is part of the search.
Your search bar is not in the Cortana bar.
She is watching all of your porn searches on your own files.
Yeah, and Microsoft is keeping it, and the NSA is keeping it, so they can blackmail you later on.
You looked up big tits on November 13th, 2015. Speaking of difficulty, I've been playing some shmups. Some shoot 'em ups.
Shmups?
Shoot 'em ups?
Yes, shoot 'em ups, aka the scrolling, you're a ship and you shoot things. Or
oh yeah, I saw you were playing Bullet Heaven 2.
Yeah, so I got a review key for that game, so I ended up checking it out, and I was rather surprised by it.
Is it any good?
But it's actually pretty good.
I'll have to watch your impressions.
Yeah, I have a video on it.
Everybody find out. Link on screen now.
I was trying not to plug it, but you guys are doing it. Yeah. Anyway, so...
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to plug you all I want. You know what? Everybody go watch Michael's channel. He's probably doing a better job than we are.
Don't do it. He's a giant faggot.
Yeah, don't do it. I'm a faggot. I'm a bundle of sticks and I'm on fire. Actually, that sounds pretty rad. Anyways, yeah, Bullet Haven is one of the games. It's one of those games that has like this really cutesy art style. It's on Congregate, by the way, so you can actually find a free version on Congregate, but I had the Steam version. But it's basically one of those games that just does everything well, but nothing original.
Right.
And so it's really good. But it got me into playing some other shmups I have in my library. Like I went back and played some Raiden games, and then I also
remember
played
playing Raiden
Mora.
3 in the arcade.
Yeah, basically. Like I went back and played those though. And it's like those games do challenge really well because every time I screw up, it's like I screwed up. Except for some of the Raiden games have giant bosses with lasers that are like instant kill and you had absolutely no idea that they're coming. But besides those games, like Sign Mora and stuff, I've been getting into it because it's all challenge again.
You're playing shmups. Have you played Toho at all?
Toho?
Toho? Touhou?
Touh. I think I've heard of that.
This guy's selling skooma.
HOU.
It's a Japanese shoot 'em up game, from what I remember. At least some of the games somebody did a shoot up.
I want you guys to appreciate what just happened.
Well, I got porn.
This.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You just got fucking slammed into the ground, bitch. And that is why we turn kill moves off.
Right. Anyways, so do you have a link to this game? Because I googled it and got porn. So
Um,
To be fair,
maybe?
what was the other thing you're talking about something earlier about some game or something about battleships, but the battleships are anime girls?
You mean Kantai Collection? It's a Japanese mobile game that a lot of people know about. That it's naval battles, but the ships are, instead of being, ships, they're girls. But they still use the same name as the actual ship, and a lot of it is modeled after Japanese World War II Navy. So if you type in the names of some of the ships, you'll get the Wikipedia link to that ship, but then you'll also promptly get a
pictures of cute anime girls in sometimes very lewd positions. Yeah.
I think that's being localized too. So
It is
if you're
because
excited
of
for
the
it.
huge popularity for it.
Japan. Why?
I'm not sure which Toho games are actual shmups. I just know that 10 is. I know there's a fighter for it that is absolute trash, and we only bring it to fighting game tournaments for funsies. It's the same reason why we bring the Deadliest Warrior fighting game to fighting game tournaments.
The game is so bad.
It's so bad that it's hilarious to put in the hands of people who actually know what the fuck they're doing.
I wouldn't know because I don't follow fighting games, and I don't find them particularly fun, so... Oh, it's a hag raven. I thought it was just... Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Are you gonna get body slammed again?
So hard.
You already died once, so I don't think it really matters. Ow, that was loud. Ow. Ow, my ears. God damn it.
What's loud?
Okay, well, you have to link this to everyone because it's an awesome remix and it's going to make everyone want to play that game. So
Okay.
there we go. I have linked it. It is up on the stream probably or whatever.
It is on OCR, of course. OCR has a bunch of Toho remixes. Speaking of OCR, they recently released their Final Fantasy IX album.
Oh, yeah?
They did. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm so
It's pretty
excited
good.
to check it out, though. I actually have gone through, like, let me just pull up my OC remix, like, mega list right now. I have... Hold on, let it load. Takes a second to load. 957 remixes on my OC remix playlist.
I am totally gonna die here.
So yeah, I have tons
You're so
of
dead,
remixes.
Dude, I'm so dead. Eating all this raw meat. I mean, I'm bound to get salmonella
What are you
or something,
talking
right?
about? Oh, you're talking about the game. I forgot you were even playing a game. I'm over here like, this is awesome.
No, like, I enjoy the Final Fantasy IX album for a Mosi remix. My only complaint is the fact that it's not as good as the FF6 one, but that's only because Final Fantasy IX doesn't have as many, like, notable soundtracks to it, like in the base game.
I need to escape, so I'm
The
Skyriming
latest thing is
my
Heart
way
of the
up-
Gamer.
back up this hill.
Yeah, they released the 9 album a month or two ago.
Oh.
I only caught word of it like
so far behind.
yeah.
Oh
same.
my god, they have other freaking Castlevania remixes too. Oh my
just-
god, why have I not seen these?
I just don't keep track of OC remix that much because I don't think about it. Because I'm not like Naya, music is not my actual living, so I don't pay that much attention to it.
Yeah, Naya has kind of a vested interest in that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so. It's all science and music for him. It's all space and music.
And apparently the cute girl is
Nobody can
now.
hear you DJ in space, Naya.
Well, inside of a spaceship, there's still sound waves.
You know, if he did one of those musicless disco things up in space where everyone just kind of shows up and puts headphones on, and you just transmit it straight to the wireless headphones, he could still DJ in space.
Well, I mean, I guess
In space.
technically there's still like some iffiness there. There's no air for the sound to move through, but there is ears, so I guess that works.
If a tree falls down in the
There
middle of
is
the forest,
air inside of your
somebody-
helmet, Myers.
I want somebody somebody to comment the answer to this. Do headphones work in space?
yes. That is already answered. How the fuck do you think they communicate?
Yes.
Well, but they're inside a vacuum. I'm talking about when they're like, if you were exposed, like
you
in an
can't
exposed
survive if
vacuum.
you're exposed, so it doesn't matter.
But I just want to know if it would work. It doesn't matter about the practicality of it. I just want to
it
know
would
if it
not work.
works.
Sound wouldn't travel
Sun will not travel.
because there wouldn't be
but-
anything to vibrate.
Right, but if the headphones are on your head, it would vibrate your head, wouldn't it?
But it still needs air to move it into your eardrums, unless you're using like some really fucking weird some really weird
It goes
earbuds
into your ear
where
through
you're
your limbic
vibrating your
system in your
eardrum
brain.
itself. But headphones,
Yeah, well, but would it not vibrate like the bones and the skin around your your
That's
head?
not how hearing works.
Well, no, but it would still vibrate, wouldn't it?
Technically,
The reason-
yes, if
the
you
reason why your
drilled it
eardrums
It's not
in your
only
bone.
air that makes things vibrate.
yeah. But I mean, I don't think it would work. I'm gonna make a definitive statement of I don't think it would work.
So
Headphones
somebody in
wouldn't
the
work if
comments
they're on
figure
your
out if
head.
that would work and get it back to us.
Tell me that I am fucking wrong. I fucking dare you.
It wouldn't be the first time, Ty. It wouldn't be the first time. That's like, I know sound can't travel in a vacuum, but because there's no air for it to vibrate. But what if the speaker or whatever is directly up against something and it vibrates that? That's what I'm
That's
wondering.
like that thing to where you hit the fork on the thing and it makes the ding noise, and you did that in like elementary school, and they're like, "Ha, science," and you're like, "What?"
What?
That
Basically, sound travels faster through objects. Did you never do that experiment?
I guess we didn't.
No.
Your childhood
You know,
sucked.
look, I'm 28. I
your
don't remember
childhood
shit.
sucked.
Yeah, it did, but that's besides the point.
No, I was talking to Mike there, not you.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? My childhood.
Because
did
I didn't
suck.
do that shit
Anyways.
either.
What? Really? That was
Yeah.
the coolest experiment ever. You took a fork.
No, it's stupid.
Oh, keep in mind, this was in kindergarten. Basically, you took a fork and banged it on a metal bar.
Why the fuck were you
And you
learning
would
about the
hear
speed of sound in kindergarten?
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
I'm confused. Am I in like some higher education bullshit or something like this? Because I doubt I am.
I think we're just deprived more
Okay,
than anything.
anyways.
Ty and I are deprived.
Anyways, you would hit it on a bar and you would hear it through the bar before you'd hear it outside the bar. That was the thing.
Right.
It's,
Because sound moves faster through things. That's why like wood is a really good conductor. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wood
That's why I
and
really
certain
like my
metals
living room.
that I cannot name because I am not a scientist.
So I like how we turned into the science cast for a second there.
That's because you brought up. That's because you fucking brought up the fact that Naya can't DJ in space.
Well, I mean, I don't think you
It's
could.
your fault!
I don't know if it would work.
You
Like-
could go into
like
space
we're-
and you could try. You could be a gangster.
We're going in circles
through the
here,
Sky.
I mean, he can try. He can still do like all the motions in the spacesuit or something. You know?
Dude, no, he's just
Yeah,
sitting there in
out
a
there in a
suit
vacuum.
doing all these gang signs. It's just like,
I kind of
yo.
imagine it like the movie. Has anybody seen the movie Gravity? Where what's her face
no.
is like it's basically Kerbal Space Program the movie,
Naya's going to be so pissed when he listens to this episode.
and like he'll just be like floating through space and DJing and yeah. And then he'll collide with the ISS, and his fat beats will just completely
What the hell
destroy
are you
the
even
thing.
talking about?
I don't know.
I can't wait
So,
to hear
are
Naya's
you,
reaction
are
to
you
this.
talking about a brand deal with Beats? They're totally not paying me. Don't buy them. Do not buy them.
No,
I swear to
no,
God, if
nobody
you buy
buy
them,
Beats.
I will murder you in the face.
They are
Nobody buy
mediocre.
Beats. They are shitty headphones with a preamp that makes the bass really loud.
They are mediocre.
My phone has Beats compatibility, which absolutely means nothing.
It has
It
Beats
literally-
compatibility.
It literally
So
destroys
you have a
audio.
headphone port.
If I
you
turn
know
it
what?
on,
You have a headphone. Just be glad you have a headphone port in your phone, because Apple, apparently the iPhone 7 isn't going to have a headphone port,
right?
which makes no
Well,
sense.
that's 'cause
That's
Apple
because
is
if you
stupid.
listen to the Apple fanboys, it will beam the music directly to your brain.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so if you have any Beats type of stuff, which you shouldn't, by the way, but if you have Beats audio in any of your devices, take that
It's a
remix that
bass
we linked
boost.
earlier and try to listen to it normally, and then listen to it with Beats and see how bad it makes it.
It's
Yeah.
a bass boost.
it completely destroys.
Like I said, it's just a preamp that
the only reason why I use the Beats compatibility on my phone is because I listen to a lot of shit that requires heavy bass. And I enjoy
drop the bass.
That and I enjoy bass vibration. I mean, it's fun. What's not like about it?
I have a heart condition, so so bass and me don't get along very well.
Your bass and bass don't get along? What?
No, actually.
How do
bass react whenever you play music?
Yeah, I was curious about that.
Heavy bass.
Oh no, now we're getting to sciencey stuff, and I'm about to Google some shit.
Fish do not respond well to music playing underwater because the vibration actually fucks with their with how they perceive their environment.
Right, because
so they don't react well to it. They just kind of sit there and go, fuck it. Fish do not use echolocation.
No,
that's dolphins.
Certainly do not.
Dolphins use it when they can't see.
Yeah.
What about bats?
So do
when they're
whales.
not fucking something.
Oh my god, whales are so cool.
Whales are the dumbest fucking animal. Okay, when two whales are fucking, they literally have to have a third one beneath them to push one of them up so it can fucking breathe.
So what you're telling me is it's only gay or it's not gay if it's in a three-way?
No, the one pushing them up isn't even fucking them. He's just pulling the ultimate beta wingman.
Hey, I'm sure he's still getting off somewhere.
He's making sure those two don't fucking die. Because whales are fucking dumb.
I love you both.
At least whales
make sure
figured out how to reproduce without dying, unlike fucking pandas. Fuck pandas.
Why are we fucking pandas, Ty?
Pandas would not be alive if humans didn't think they were cute.
They wouldn't.
Why is that?
They have no motivation to fuck each other. We literally have to resort to artificial insemination in order for them to reproduce. They eat the shittiest fucking plant ever imaginable, and it doesn't provide them with any nutrition, so they all end up starving to death.
Yeah.
They're fat fucks who are so fucking clumsy, they kill themselves by impaling themselves on bamboo.
So wait, they're fat, but they starve to death?
Yeah. Fucking pandas.
Okay.
Fuck pandas.
Fucking pandas. Fucking pandas. More cushion for
It's kind of like cows.
God.
Cows wouldn't be alive without us.
Yeah, they would.
I don't think they would.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, they would.
We'd have run them extinct.
No.
Buffalo would have been just fine had, we not hunted them too near.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, cows would have been the same case.
Like, that's the thing. Fine. The only reason we domesticate cows is because they have a fuck ton of things that we can use them for. We didn't domesticate buffalo because we're like,
Wait, what
have you ever had buffalo meat?
Yes, I have. It's tender and sweet and really gamey.
Yeah, it's really gamey. I don't like gamey meat.
I love gamey meat.
Yeah, I know. I'm a fat American. I like my processed meats. Go eat meat.
Dude, I love gamey meat.
I don't eat meat.
Well, what?
Well, I do. I eat chicken and eggs.
I was going to say, are you a fucking vegetarian? Because if so, get the fuck out of here.
I was about to say,
vegetarians are fine. It's vegans that give me problems.
I'll go slaughter a pig in your honor then.
Dude, I would slaughter a goat.
Both vegetarians and vegans are both like major issues to me because vegetarians have fucking stupid political views, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Note, I'm not condemning anyone here. I'm just condemning my Facebook
heavy
friends.
Here on the ClassyCast.
I'm just condemning my Facebook friends.
I know vegetarians that aren't vegetarian by choice. It's more the fact that they have to have that type of diet.
Yeah,
has nothing to do with political views.
Those people don't fuck with me. Like, those people don't bother me. The people who bother me are the vegetarians who are vegetarians by choice and then sit there and argue against immigration. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And almost every vegetarian that I've encountered up here in Portland, no, this might be the issue.
Calling you out, Portland.
It's the fact that I live in
Get
Portland,
on our level,
fucking
scrubs.
Oregon. I just don't understand. Vegans bother me because they won't shut the fuck up. And I've encountered a vegan who did CrossFit, and I swear to God, if he didn't stroke his EP every 2 fucking seconds, he was going to die.
Well, I mean...
Well, I could kill him. Then he would die. He'd get his wish.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not getting enough protein anyway, so...
He'll die like a panda, starving from protein.
God.
Legitimately, if I was following a diet that was not shitty for my heart, I would probably be vegetarian. You know, because I have high uric acid levels, and apparently everything is terrible for me.
Yep.
So.
And I'm sitting here eating PB&J every day.
Yeah, I can't have the sugar.
I'm eating less than I'm supposed to be eating.
Fuck, bear. I heard a bear.
Bear.
Where is it?
Bear.
You know,
where is the bear?
Bear meat is actually
Oh,
pretty gamey too.
Yeah. That's part of what, yeah.
It's kind of delicious though.
God, you guys are such carnivores.
I can't say that I've ever had bear.
I've had bear.
Man, bear is so unbearable.
I think the best meat I've ever had was actually when I was younger. I have family in Alaska, and we went to go visit them. Me and my mom, and my dad. And
are you about to say you ate a wolf?
No, we went on a halibut charter, and my mom caught a salmon, and it was the most delicious salmon on the planet.
I thought you were going to say we found this wolf and it was dying, so we killed it and ate it. And I was like,
guys, I don't know if you are seeing this, but I'm Skyriming my way across this mountain to avoid the bear.
Yep, I'm watching it.
Why don't you just kill the bear?
The best meat I've ever had is actually filet mignon.
Well, yeah,
but that's because
a good steak is great. Like, you can't beat a good steak.
After this, I'm baking chicken. That's a thing.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
I mean, you can beat a good steak, but that's like you basically get a venison cut of filet mignon.
Or you're me and you don't like steak in the first place.
You eat backstrap. Backstrap is delicious.
All right. We'll I think we'll leave it there on this sciencey delicious episode of the ClassyCast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if headphones work in space.
They don't.
Or if I'm wrong.
They don't. They don't.
And keep it classy. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the first episode of ClassyChat. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a comment letting us know. If you want to check out some of our other stuff, click over on the left side. You can see me playing State of Decay. I really enjoy that game, and if you want to check out something else, you can check over on the right to watch Mike and Ty play Dead Space. As always, thanks for watching. Keep it classy.
The ClassyCast is part of the Freedom Network. If you'd like to help both our channel and yours, click the link in the description to find out how.